All right, guys. I wanted to take a quick second just to talk about, these videos that I make. I'm always talking about, every day we're trying to be stronger, smarter, richer, funnier, all that stuff, right? Well, the reason we're trying to be stronger is so when someone tries to force you to do something, I don't care if it's, family or friends or the government, I don't give a shit who. Someone who tries to force you to do something that you don't want to do, you'll be strong enough to stand up and be like, no, fuck you. And most men who are skinny or fat, just basically weak little bitches, they don't have the courage to stand up for themselves, much less if you get a group of strong men together who are going to say, no, fuck that, we're not going to take it. Go ahead and be weak and let your government overlords tell you what to do. Not us, not around here. We're the guys who tell the government what to do. I pay taxes. I'm your boss. When I say jump, you say how high, sir. Stretch it all out. Trying not to go too crazy in a little rabbit hole, talking shit. If it was up to me, how I would actually make America great again is I would do away with literally every single government agency that's not law enforcement, military, and judicial system. So there's the old saying of freedom is when the government fears the people, and tyranny is when the people fears government. Well, the government would be afraid if you cut every single agency out, because now they don't have ways to steal money and use their power and stuff like that. So take away their slush funds, take away their little shell government, agencies that allow them to use and abuse shit. And also I say, get rid of all politicians. We don't need, a republic anymore. We don't need senators and stuff. I say we have a true democracy where people vote on what we want as laws and stuff like that. So, I say, fuck it. We don't need politicians. We'll decide for our goddamn selves. We're strong enough. We're smart enough. We can fucking decide. So, also, I say, do away with all taxes, all the FICAs, all social, all Medicare, all federal income taxes, gone. The only tax, yes, you still have to have some way, you got to collect some money to pay your military and your judges and, all that kind of stuff. And I would say, let's say a 5% tax, a consumption tax. So every time you buy something, you get charged, say 5%, right? I'm just throwing a number out there, but I think 5% would probably be sufficient. But you're going to save a ton of money because you're paying oh shit, I can't remember now. I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. I think it's 15.2% in taxes, plus your employer's matching that. Get the fuck out of here. So you'd actually be getting a pay raise, and you only get taxed when you buy something. So if you're just holding on to your money or investing in it, you can just let that shit grow. But I say, everyone has a debit card, right? Well, you have a chip in your card. Well, they can just issue new cards to everybody, and that chip says you're a citizen. Cool, 5% tax. Well, guess what? If you come in and try to use cash, or you have a card that doesn't have that chip designating that you're a citizen, 10% tax, because now you have to pay. I don't care if you're on a student visa, travel, illegal, whatever, you're paying extra for the privilege of being in our country and using our roads and our schools and our hospitals and our military and shit. So you have to pay extra. only if you're here, like, you know. So they had to do away with tariffs and everything, like. But, you know, they just gotta make me king of the United States. Make me king, I'll do it. No, I'm kidding. But if I was president, I'd just do it all by executive order. Get rid of the clowns, put in the new rules in place. Ta-da. Close all the bank accounts to all the government agencies, fire everybody that works there, tell them to go get a job in the private sector, and destroy the buildings. Poof, gone. It can be done in a week. And a month tops. All right, enough talking. Oh my goodness, really sore in my back and my lats. Yowza. Probably won't affect my lifts today. My shoulders. It's all right. We're still here working though. You know, we are way overtaxed and way overgoverned. So, follow me to the promised land. Joking, but not. Alright guys, today is shoulder day, so we're going to do overhead and military press and some side raises and upright rows. So rut row, upright rows. Anyways, alright guys, every day trying to be stronger, smarter, richer, funnier, so subscribe, share, comment, like. Let's get to work. Don't be a jerk.